When Cristiano Ronaldo gets mad, everything explodes. From fighting his teammate to taking out a ref, CR7 gets into overdrive when he's pissed. So I just had to make a list of Ronaldo's angry moments that everyone should see. And first up, he was taking on opponents twice his age in 2006. This year, Ronaldo was still at the beginning. See, he'd only just moved to United 1 year earlier and was one of the biggest talents in the game. But maybe it got into his head a little, because in United's match against a big opponent in the Champions League, Ronaldo showed the entire world that he didn't respect the OGs before him. United was facing Milan, and the dude tasked with marking Ronaldo for the evening was the veteran fullback Cafu. Back then, Cafu was one of the best defenders in the world. Ronaldo had a tough evening against the Brazilian legend, and one time, it got way too tense, and the Portuguese wonder kid snapped. Yo, you don't treat an OG like that, Chris, come on. Seems the young CR7 was way too hot-headed. In the Manchester derby years back, he almost broke his opponent's legs. United vs City in 2005, and the City team had a specific game plan for Ronaldo. Mark the hell out of him. As the ball began approaching the touchline, Ronaldo raced to it. Just as he thought he pulled clear, Wayne Bridge came sliding in and came inches from ending Ronaldo's evening. Crazy thing is, this was all part of the City game plan, because they knew once they had Ronaldo on the edge, he'd break down, and soon enough, when the ball was in play for a 50-50, well, lunged in with a 2-foot, and the ref sent him off. I could see that one coming from miles out, man. Guess when you're that good, you're always gonna become a target. See guys, Ronaldo doesn't get mad at his opponents alone, even his teammates aren't safe. Just ask Nani, and he'll tell you about that crazy night in 2012. Here's the deal. Portugal was facing Spain in the Euros, and it was heated. See, these two are Iberian neighbors, and despite having a really talented squad, almost every time, Spain comes out on top. And this year, Ronaldo was desperate to change that. So he put in a masterclass performance, but just couldn't find a way through until he got the opportunity he'd been looking for all evening. Ronaldo went on a solo run again, this time going past 2 defenders, and after arriving in the box, he sent a crazy job over Casillas that was already looping into the far corner. From his angle, Ronaldo thought he scored. Heck, the entire stadium thought he scored. But Ronaldo's teammate Nani wanted to make sure the ball was going in. So he got a touch on the ball at the far post. And as soon as the ref flagged the goal for offside because of that touch, Ronaldo lost it. Yeah, there's definitely no way Nani and Ronaldo would have been sitting on the same row on the bus ride back home that evening. 101 on how not to get on Ronaldo's bad side? Yeah, don't disallow his legitimate goal. And this referee and his team were about to find out firsthand. Portugal vs Serbia in qualification for the 2022 World Cup. And Portugal knew a win against their opponents away from home would put them on the brink of going to the showpiece event. But with minutes left to play until full time, the score was locked in at 2 each. Portugal needed this win badly, and when it comes to clutch moments like these, CR7's the guy. So in the dying stages of the game, Portugal launched a counter. Ronaldo latched onto it and sent a shot that went inches past the line and already started celebrating the goal. Until he realized he was celebrating alone. Because by the time he turned back, the assistant ref said the ball didn't cross the line, and Ronaldo couldn't believe it. He was so pissed that he left the field before the match was over and still got a yellow card. The ref later came out to issue an apology to Ronaldo, but he wasn't interested. And this won't be the first time Ronaldo's getting heated with the ball. In 2021, he was caught in 4K, kicking the wrong balls. When Manchester United faced Liverpool in 2021, it was a battering. At halftime, Liverpool was already winning 4-0, and in the second half, they added one more to make it 5. Ronaldo was on the pitch for United, and once the beating became too heavy, he was living on the edge. Ronaldo still had enough energy in the tank to chase a ball into the Liverpool half, but Curtis Jones came between both him and the ball, and Ronaldo became so frustrated that he lost it. Yo, someone tell my man he's got the wrong balls. Kinda feels like in 2022, Ronaldo had a thing for getting into controversies with kids. First Curtis Jones, and this 12-year-old kid from Everton. Manchester United had an away game against Everton in the league and somehow lost. At full time, Ronaldo was so disappointed with how the team had played that he stormed off the pitch and went straight to the tunnel. Still, this kid in the stands thought it'd be an awesome idea to take a photo of Ronaldo before he went in. But unfortunately for him, Ronaldo didn't think so, and once he caught the kid's phone in sight, freaking smashed it! Ronaldo later apologized publicly to the kid, invited him to dinner, and offered to get him a new phone. But his mom had him turn down the offer. Safe to say, I know whose side of the GOAT debate he'd be on. Whenever CR7's angry, he tends to lash out. And not just at players and fans too, he's even getting into fights with coaches. Ronaldo was repping his Madrid team when they faced Barcelona in El Clásico. And as is the custom, games like this are always feisty. Barcelona was dominating the game and had Madrid on the back foot, and the game plan for the Barca defense was simple: keep Ronaldo locked out. It was working too, because CR7 just couldn't string anything together, and the frustration became so big that Ronaldo switched objectives mid-game and decided to tackle the Barca coach instead. The crazy thing is, this ain't the first time Ronaldo's clashed with a high-profile coach. In 2022, he and his new manager had the biggest bust-up of the year. So get this, when Ronaldo returned to United for his second spell, it looked like it was going to be the deal of the century, until United fell off and sacked coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The new man in charge, Erik ten Hag, well, he and Ronaldo didn't get off on the right foot. And even though they tried to make the relationship work, the two egos just couldn't cut it, man. And the end came soon enough. In the league game versus Spurs, United was already winning 2-0. With 5 minutes left on the clock, Ten Hag signaled for Ronaldo to come in and play, a big insult to his career. Ronaldo wasn't going to take that, so with the entire world watching, he did the unthinkable and left everyone stunned. Now, it was at this point I knew these two would never figure it out, ever. In the end, Ronaldo was off to Saudi in the following year, and Ten Hag is turning the theater of dreams into the stuff of nightmares. But seriously guys, don't get Ronaldo mad, especially when he's got that game face on, because he'd turn into a beast and prove everyone wrong, like he did against Roma. In 2016, Real Madrid was facing Roma in the Champions League round of 16 first leg. And in the interview before the match, this reporter had a stat for Ronaldo that shocked everyone. See, it turned out that Ronaldo had gone a really long time without scoring an away goal in the Champions League. So this dude brought it in the open and put Ronaldo on the spot. My man was pissed, and his response was brutal. And he walked out too. Savage stuff. Oh, and yeah, he scored this golazo away from home at the Olympico hours later. Told you, don't mess with my man. But sometimes, I guess Ronaldo's ability gets into his head, like the time he pushed an official in the biggest game in the world. El Clásico, Madrid versus Barca. And right after Ronaldo had scored a golazo from the bench, he was in on the Barca goal again and thought he was through on goal. Until he felt a bit of contact from Samuel Umtiti. Went down, heard the ref blow, and thought it was a pen, but the ref blew it for something else, a dive. Yeah, the ref legit thought CR7 faked it, so he told Ronaldo to get up, and CR7 couldn't believe it. The Spanish FA got involved, and that push had Ronaldo banned for 6 games. Damn! But on the plus side, he'd have gotten even more time to watch more videos on our channel, the one he subscribed to by hitting that button below.